Hey everyone, it's Joe Kane again. Today I'm going to talk about the history of archery and how it has changed over the years. Archery has been around since the beginning of time. It has been dated back all the way to Greek mythology. In Greek mythology, archery was for battle and a way to provide food for your family. The things that I'm going to talk about is how archery got started, archery over the years, and what archery is today. Now that you have an idea of what I'm going to tell you about, let's begin. The first thing off is how archery got started. According to the history and making of the bow, the invention of archery is almost as important as the wheel and fire. Most bows were made of yew or elm trees. Bowstrings were made from sheep intestines. The bows had to be strong enough to kill animals and people. If anyone knows anything about archery, you have to have arrows in order to shoot a bow. And on the arrows they put feathers on the end of the arrow to make the arrow fly straighter and more accurate. Most arrows had a form of arrowheads on them. Most of them were from rock, and they hardened them with fire. The early arrowheads were made of rock, and the involvement of early arrowheads, barbed arrowheads, made it very difficult to remove the arrow from wounded animals or wounded people. Small arrowheads were used to pierce chainmail armor. Half-moon shaped arrowheads were used to cut through sail ropes on sailboats. All in all bows were lethal weapons. Now, since you have a general idea of archery, here's more on archery over the years. According to Tom Breezy, there were many different types of bows. Crossbows, recurve bows, and most common bows were longbows. In 1934, Wisconsin hosted the first bow hunting season in the United States. In 1937, the first artificial sights were used on bows, which made them more accurate and easier to shoot. According to history of archery, new types of archery supplies are created all the time. In 1939, the first non-wood arrow was created by James Easton. In 1951, Max Hamilton made an invention called Plastifletch for arrows instead of feathers that were more durable. In 1974, Freddie Tronco creates the first dual-prong arrow rest instead of resting it just on the plain wood. All of this made shooting a bow better and made shooting a bow more accurate. Now that you know a lot about archery, here's what's new in archery today. According to Archery is Fun, most people use archery in recreation, use it during bow hunting season, and use it during the Olympics for competition. According to Evelyn Pierre, archery equipment is getting better every year. Compound bows are the main use of archery in the world today. There are new sights on bows, and they make them shoot a lot more accurate and easier to shoot. Carbon fiber arrows are most commonly used over wood and aluminum arrows. In 2013, archery products are better than ever. New compound bows shoot faster and more accurate than ever before. Broadheads are used back in the day were good, but broadheads nowadays kill game faster and are more deadly than ever. According to Outdoor Hub, bow hunting camouflage is better than ever. Archery has came a long way since the early days of bow hunting. Archery has been around since the beginning of time. It has changed over the years a lot. Today, archery is better than it has ever been before, and in the years coming, archery will only get better. If anyone has any questions or comments, I'd like to hear them. Thanks so much for coming and listening to history on bow hunting and archery.